Hey guys, Dustin here with another quick short from the prep for the drift event. And one of the things that I want to make sure I do is I want to get a lot of video of this so that I can edit something. And also I want to go back and be able to watch, what I was doing and hopefully learn something from watching the tape. And because of that, we are going to be talking about GoPros. And in particular, we're going to talk about GoPros on the helmet. And I did originally have a different setup in mind, but I talked to my friend Ben from Comatric, and if you haven't noticed, I've been talking to Ben a lot. He's a really, really good mentor for this type of stuff. So I'll show you what I had originally thought of. For starters, no matter what we do, we are going to have this clip-in mount with the 3M on the back, and it's the curved mount made for helmets. And we are going to have a right angle adapter. And I had originally envisioned something like this simple. It's just the glue-on mount with a right angle adapter and the GoPro. And it would sit about like this on the helmet. Really simple, reasonable, and if you only had the camera and a right angle adapter and your mount, that would probably be okay. Ben's concern was that it probably wasn't high enough, and he said he originally had his camera mounted like that too, but he went a little bit higher. Now Ben had a little bit of a different mounting arrangement than me, and I didn't have all the parts that he had, but I took his consideration for a higher camera mount to be a little bit closer to eye level, and I came up with something else. And you can see we still have our clip-on 3M mount. We have the right angle adapter. And I believe I am going to need 2 short thumb screws instead of a long and a short. But I did have to have this M5 cap screw, and I'll talk about that here in a minute. I had a really long curved extension, and obviously the case or the camera or whatever you're going to mount. So if you come over to the helmet, you can see that I have a line of tape, and that is simply to orient the mount on where it should go on the helmet, and it is longer than the mount. So I'm going to put everything together so we can see it, and I'm going to try to figure out exactly where on this line it should go, and I'll mark it with a pencil, and then that way we know where to put the mount. This is going to be mounted long ways like this, and I did end up using the long thumb screw down. It's not going to stick out any further than the mount, so I don't think it'll be a problem. This will be pretty bulky on the side anyway. Then over here you have your right angle adapter, and I noticed already the way the case fits, I won't be able to fit a thumb screw, even if it's a short thumb screw, but they're just an M5 bolt, so I just got me an M5 by 20 and a washer, and I'd already take an Allen key to the track, so it's going to be fine, and I'll be able to move it if I have to, but this is pretty much going to be a find where the camera goes, mount it, and forget it type of situation. So I don't think it's going to be a problem. One thing that I want to mention is I just have the washer here, but if you look at the aluminum thumb screws from China, you'll see that they put a rubber grommet here. And I think I'm going to go to the store and get some rubber grommets to match so I can put it in that one. And what these allow you to do is to really tighten it down without taking a chance of overrunning your acorn nut or somehow otherwise damaging your mounts and stuff. So I'm going to get one of those because it does allow you to get a lot tighter of a fit. And when you mount your camera, you do want to make sure that you are using a short thumb screw over here, and that's just because the long thumb screw tends to hit on stuff and you won't be able to get it as close. Now this is the basic setup, and this is what I had to do so that I could be able to mount this higher and still get it out of the way of the windshield, or not the windshield, but the windscreen, so that I can lift it up and down, and it's going to give me a good viewpoint. Now, let me figure out how far I want to move this one this way, and we'll mark this off. All right, so we've got it marked out, and I'm going to take this arm off of the mount and stick it on, and then we are going to talk about why I mounted it, where I mounted it, and hopefully that will help you when you make decisions on where you want to put the GoPro on your helmet. And I actually did try this helmet on. You can barely see like the corner of this part of the helmet, but that's not really going to affect anything. I still have a full range of view. This is going to be a pretty good setup. It's a little bit springier than I would like, but we will just handle that and do what we have to do in correction to take care of that. It probably won't be that bad. I mean, these are some pretty solid bangs. I don't expect, unless something goes terribly wrong, that there's going to be that much shock to the helmet. So I don't think that vibration is going to be an issue. And I had to put it back here in order to get this arm to match right there. So actually, if this arm was off of here, people would probably be like, why is the mount almost on the back of the helmet? Well, now you know. And this is going, let's set this down here. This is going to get some pretty good video, I think. And you will notice that it is on the opposite side. If you were in America and in a left-hand drive vehicle, you would want your camera to be on this side, because obviously if I was in a left-hand drive car, this is going to be banging against the glass or something. But I'm right-hand drive, so this is to the interior of the car. So keep that in mind when you make yours. Mine is the opposite of what yours will be. But all in all, this is going to be a pretty awesome setup for in-car, on-helmet, action camera, video capturing capabilities. My God, that was way too long. That was like a government name or something. I think I have about $6 in that mount setup. So the clip-on attachment came with a bag of mounts, and I needed those mounts for something else anyways, mainly to get the thumb screws and everything like that. That was before I discovered awesome places like Wish. Wish.com is an awesome place to get your extensions and your adapters and thumb screws and everything. It all comes from China, so it all takes like 3 weeks to get to your house, but it is dirt cheap. And I highly recommend Wish to people who are wanting to get some GoPro mounts. I think like all of my mounts almost now come from Wish. This little extension on the thing, this awesome aluminum bar, this came from Wish. This thumb screw, all of it came from Wish. Another place other than Wish where you can get stuff cheap is Amazon.com. And most of those people are ordering in bulk from Wish, then charging you about double. But you get it from Amazon. Most of the time it's in the country, so you can get it relatively quick. I mean, if you have Prime, I guess it's going to be 2 days. But if you don't have Prime, you should still be able to get it in under 5 days. So if you're pressed for time, maybe you have to bite the bullet and get it from Amazon. If you don't trust buying from Chinese suppliers, maybe you should get it from Amazon. But I highly recommend Wish.com. It's really convenient. All right, guys, that's it for this short video about how I mounted my GoPro to my helmet. If you liked this video or you found it useful, please click like and share, because that's going to help me grow. If you want to do something for yourself, though, subscribing always has been and always will be for you. It's just so that you can see the latest content from Japan. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.